Hey guys, I'm Jord.
I'm Jess.
And a massive welcome back to our channel. This is actually our first video of the year. We do apologise for the delay on content this year. Things have been absolutely crazy, but that's no excuse. We have huge plans for delivering you guys the best content throughout the year.
And if any of you guys are here for the first time, please make sure you do hit the subscribe button on the bell and you'll be notified every time we do post free content for you all.
Okay YouTube, so in today's video what you can expect to see is a little bit of a background check on Jessica and myself, how we got started in property, when we got started in property, where we were before that, and you know how we got to where we are today, and maybe even a little bit of you know, our plans for where we're heading in the future. All right then, so ladies first, we'll start with you, Jessica. We'll let you go first. Okay. So take it back to maybe when you was around 16, when you left school.
Right, so yeah, I left school at 16, went to college to study health and social care, but I didn't really ever know what I wanted to do. So since then, I've always thought there was more in the world. So I've been in and out of jobs constantly, bored. It's not really ever nothing that I wanted to do, work a job, a 9 till 5. So yeah, that's basically me so far.
Yeah? Mm. All right then, so yeah, because to be fair, you've been in and out of jobs, haven't you?
Yeah.
In and out of jobs, trying all sorts of different things, not exactly, you know, fulfilling your potential or very excited stuff. So, so what was the game changer then? How did it all change?
So it was you actually. Around July 2017, just before we went away, I went across to a property seminar with Jordan in London. It was, wasn't it, in London? Yeah. Because Jordan really wanted me to go. He said it was going to be amazing, so I went along. Didn't really feel very well about paying £100 for my ticket, but you know, there you go. Paid £100 for my ticket to sit on the front row. Met some amazing people there, and from there, that day on, my mindset has completely changed and opened up to property. So yeah, it's completely changed since then. I've been into some estate agent roles since then to learn more about their perspective and obviously meet people in the property industry, which has helped massively.
Seen a few landlords?
No, I've not done that, if anyone's watching. But yeah, right now I'm sitting at 22 years old now. And I have a real big passion for animals. So once me and Jordan are both financially free and our business is systemised enough so that we can lay back a little bit, I do want to go and travel and help animals all across the world. Don't know if anyone's been watching or following the real Tarzan on Instagram, but kind of want to do what he sort of does. So yeah, that's what I want to do. Cool. My turn? Yep, your turn. Right, so that's my turn over and done with. So we're going over to Jordan now. So let's take it back the same. So when you left school around 16, what did you do from there on? So guys, I've got a really big passion for cars. Love cars, car enthusiast, petrol head, whatever you want to call it. So when I left school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to do something with cars. So I left and I'd done my apprenticeship with Volvo. So that was a 3 years advanced apprenticeship, which is great. Learns lots about cars, electrical, mechanical, all that kind of stuff. But whilst I was doing the job, you know, very quickly, a year in, I realised that I didn't want to be, you know, just a grease monkey mechanic for the rest of my life, and the pay wasn't exactly great. So I was always just thinking, it was very small mindset back then. I was just thinking, you know, how can I get to the next pay grade? How can I get to the next pay grade? You know, maybe if I just go work for Jaguar Land Rover, if I can be on 30k in the next year or two or something, you know, that'd be great, and you know, blah blah blah. Anyway, fast forward a little bit, my apprenticeship came to an end. It took about 3.5 years in total. So once we got to about 3 year mark, I was looking where I could progress to, blah blah blah, and I got the opportunity to go to McLaren. That's where I ended up going, chasing my dreams to what was then my dreams to. I wanted to work in Formula 1, so I went to McLaren over in Woking, and that's where the Formula 1 plant is. I was on the side building supercars, and that was great. So what sort of changed your mind then? Because obviously you're working with cars as your passion. Yeah. What sort of changed your mind wanting to go over to property when you asked me to go to the
Still very passionate about cars, but I wanted to progress to the next level again. And at that point, I was on a good wage, you know, and I was thinking, how can I get to the next one? How can I get to the next pay grade? And I didn't really see a very easy opportunity in terms of going up the corporate ladder. And, you know, so by the way, for those of you who don't know, I'm half Indian, so in an Indian background, you know, grandma, mother, and all that sort of stuff are all telling you sort of buy a house, buy a house, buy a house. And I was thinking, you know, if I buy a house, how do I buy a house and have income coming from it quickly? So I was asking them, you know, can I buy a house, and how do I pay the mortgage off really quickly? Maybe I can work overtime for several years as well as renting it out and putting on the rent and all the money all together to pay off the mortgage, and maybe I can get paid off on like 15 years. I'm like, to me that just sounds ridiculous still. It's too long, you know, it's too long. Is it any other way? And everybody was telling me, no, that's, you know, that's the only way you're going to do it, really. Anyway, so I went home after work, working night shifts and stuff like that, and I used to just Google stuff like, you know, how to become a millionaire, how to invest in property, sort of things, and I've seen videos come up and blah blah blah. Anyway, so end up seeing a course that came up and went to the course, and that's what Jess was talking about. And from that day, when we went to the course, both our minds were just blown. It was just ridiculous because we went there having absolutely zero knowledge on property, and we left knowing exactly like so many different strategies on how we can procure property. So in some cases you don't even have to like spend any money up front, how we can get property and start earning an income from it very, very quickly with putting very little down, and that just changed the game for me. So yeah. So
fast forward then, guys, to today, January 2019. We currently have 5 rent-to-rents. So we've accumulated these 5 rent-to-rents in the past 2 months. So this was actually mine and Jordan's goal that we actually wanted to reach sort of around this time. Yeah, a short-term goal that we wanted to reach kind of around this time. So we've managed to do that, which we're very proud of.
That's right. So we now have 5 rent-to-rents, which is great. But the point of this video wasn't just to talk about ourselves. We really wanted to get some key essential points over, and that was, if you look at when we done our first property seminar, that was July 2017. It's now 2019. We have our 5 rent-to-rents, and then 5 rent-to-rents came to us within the last 2 months. We got our first deal in November, so that means from 2017 July to November 18 there was no deals.
Just under a year and a half.
No deals, and that's what we want to get across to you guys is basically the reason for that was we went to our first seminar, we got very, very excited, we learned so many new strategies, and we just wanted to do them all. We didn't have a niche, we didn't focus on one strategy, we just seen all the opportunities and we wanted to try and do everything. So don't get me wrong, we spoke to so many people, we took lots of action, and you know, we was on the verge of getting a deal so many times throughout that period between not getting between the first seminar and the first deal is just under a year and a half, right? So there was a lot of activity that happened, but you got to imagine how that feels, you know, going from getting excited, oh my God, you think you're going to get this deal, then it falls through or something happens and blah. That happened for like a year and 4 months straight, and you feel like you're getting nowhere. So I have a lot of people messaging me these sort of things, and they think all of a sudden it's like, wow, you had no deals, now you got 5 straight away. Like, and the thing is, we've been going at it for longer than some people can see just behind the camera. So
we used to go and leaflet 300 leaflets in the cold, in the
every
rain,
day, and
every
things
day.
like that, trying to secure sort of BMV deals and all these kind of things. We've tried a lot of things, right? But what I wanted to get across was that, you know, you do need to stay motivated. You can't give up. You need to keep the end goal in mind, because we don't want to sound cocky right now, but having 5 rent-to-rents in 2 months, like, we don't feel satisfied at all, because it feels like we've been going at it for a while. This is exactly what we expected to happen. We said once we get the ball rolling, there's not going to be a problem. You learn so much of it in the first deal, then it's just rinse and repeat. Obviously there's different kind of barriers you have to overcome, but that's just part and parcel of going at it and learning along the way. So we intend to, by the end of this year we want 48, so we have quite a big goal for this year. So having 5 within 2 months is completely what we expected. But before that, let's go back to before that. So like I said, we were trying to go for every strategy available to us, and because we were so distracted, we were so trying to diversify so much on all these different routes and all these different avenues, we actually found ourselves getting nowhere. It wasn't until around July, August 2018 we thought, look, we're going to go with rent to rent. We like rent to rent. We're going to focus on rent to rent, and we're not going to do B&B. We're not going to do lease options. We're not going to do SA. We're going to do rent to rent and only rent to rent, and we're going to build up a massive portfolio of rent to rent, and we're going to hire people. We're then going to be able to step away from it. It's systemized, and then when we're working on being able to take a step back, are we going to bring in the next strategy? So, and we're finding right now that's working for us. So that's one massive tip we wanted to give you in this video and explain a little bit about, you know, where we've come from and whatnot.
So next, we're going to finish today with some tips for motivation. So there's 6 tips. We've also made this. So yeah, 6 tips of motivation, guys. Jordan's going to start off with number 1.
Okay, so number 1, it's going to be basically what I've just elaborated on, so I won't touch on it too much. It's just, don't diversify too soon. Focus on one main strategy until you nail it, and you can start stepping back from it and then take on a new strategy. So that's number 1. Number 2, I would say, obviously very important, educate yourself. Jessica and I have spent thousands of pounds on various courses, educating ourselves on property and strategies in general. I would say be careful though, because it can get to a point where you just want to keep doing more and more courses and you feel like you need more and more help because you don't know all the answers. We've definitely been there ourselves. Now that can be a problem because you don't want to just keep spending money on courses and taking no action. Sometimes it feels like you just need a couple of more answers. You'll never have all the answers. A lot of it does require you to just actually go out there and take the action and learn as a result of getting the deal and what to do next. And then that's when you can approach people via Facebook groups and that you meet at networking events, and basically people that are doing what you want to do already to get the answers for the next steps, which is what I'm going to touch on next. To point number 3 actually would be actually getting around the right people. Getting around the right people is vital. Get to your local networking events. Get to even some networking events that might be a bit further away here and there, you know, to meet new people, potential investors or whatnot. As well as that, go to your events and just find people that are doing what you want to do, that are ahead of you, and they can give you tips. So when it does come to negotiating with agents, or maybe you need to be referenced but you're a young company and these kind of things come up, all the barriers you hit, the answers are with those guys that have already done it. If somebody's done it once already, they have the answer to that question. And that's why you feel like you don't have the answer. But just get around the right people that are already doing it, and they will be able to help you get past each and every barrier. So that's a vital one for me. Tip
number 4 would be definitely writing down your goals in the present. So if anybody follows me on Instagram, I recently put up a picture about writing down goals and a big paragraph. So me and Jordan listen to Grant Cardone quite a bit. And in one of his stories, one of his books actually, the 10X rule, he actually said to write down your goals as if they're in the present, as if you already have them. So me and Jordan write our goals down in the morning and at night, and I'd say it's very vital to write them down in such ways as I am a millionaire, and any other goals that you do have. So to write them as if you've already achieved the goal, basically. So that's very vital to do. Okay, tip number 5. Some of you may want to do this, some of you may not, but I recently just did it. It'll be clearing out your social medias. So if you do spend a lot of time on social media, we post a lot, we connect with people a lot on social media, but it's when you're scrolling through your Instagram or scrolling through your Facebook and you're seeing unnecessary posts, maybe negative posts, things that aren't really to do with your industry. So what I went to do the other day is I followed a load of people off Facebook and my Instagram, cleared up all of my social medias, as I only want to see positivity and things that will strengthen my mindset and people who are in my industry, seeing what they do, because that's all I personally want to see. Obviously I follow the occasional animals here and there, but that's just, you know, that's just that. But definitely clear up your social medias if you do spend a lot of time on them, because it will affect your mindset. I'd say it was affecting mine, seeing people who write statuses, hungover, work on Monday, all that sort of stuff, depressing stuff. You don't want to see negative stuff. So I'd wipe that all out, have clear social medias, and that will definitely help your motivation and mindset.
Just going back to the goals quickly, writing down the goals, that was a great point, because as well as writing down goals is so important, I feel like when I'm writing down my goals, if I'm writing down, for example, I have an outstanding physique, or I will have 48 rent-to-rents by a certain date, something like that. As you write it in your head, it reminds you of what you need to be doing in order to achieve them goals. So you're constantly reminding yourself of the tasks you need to be doing to achieve them goals.
Our last tip would be broadcast what you're doing. So before we started our YouTube and doing Facebook Lives, we never used to broadcast really what we did. And since we have been doing Facebook Lives, I personally hate them, hate being on camera with no makeup, but here I am, all in all, so yeah. But yeah, broadcast what you're doing, do Facebook Lives, make a YouTube channel, and people will be coming to you, asking questions, people want to know you, people want to work with you, so just broadcast what you're doing, let everybody know, from the taxi driver who's dropping you home, to, you know, your mum's best friend's brother. Just tell everyone what you're doing, and it will work in your favour, basically. So and broadcast even before you have any deals. Everyone told us to do this, we didn't do it so much, but honestly, if I went back in time, I would. It's so worth broadcasting what you're doing before. Like, if you're going on viewings, looking for certain types of deals, tell people what you're looking for, what you've been doing today, tell them the details of the viewings, and blah, 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 because people will then understand that you're serious, you're taking actions, what you're looking for, what you're looking to do. Maybe potential partners will come to the table and want to work together and how to work together, or it might lead you to working and finding other people like-minded in your local area, or anything, you don't know. So it's very, very worth broadcasting whatever stage you're at the moment, because people are watching, I can promise you that. Right guys, so that's the end of the video. Hope you really enjoyed it, so please like, share, comment, subscribe, and just keep showing us love. Thank you, we appreciate it so much.
Hope the video has been of value to you guys. I think Jessica's mentioned it earlier on in the week somewhere on social media, but basically we are going to Miami in about a week's time, end of January for the start of Feb. Grant Cardone's hosting the Miami Growth Con, which is going to be awesome, man. So like, that's just proof that we're always investing on that education, and you should too. So anyone's going to be down there, we're great to hook up when we're there. Just let us know.
See you next time.
Peace out.